The Escape to Rural France YouTube channel has built a passionate audience around the restoration of a historic French château, the beauty of rural life, and the real people behind the story. But in late 2025 and early 2026, longtime viewers noticed something unsettling: a familiar face, and Nick was gone. Today, we're going to walk through what happened to Nick from Escape to Rural France, why his absence became so noticeable, and the heartfelt response from the community after the sad news broke. Nick wasn't just a random helper, he was a familiar and beloved presence on Escape to Rural France. Viewers came to recognize him as part of the team assisting with the massive ongoing renovation of Château de Chaumont. A ruined chateau left in ruins by a fire decades earlier that Dan Preston purchased and has been documenting restoring since 2022, Nick often appeared working among the trees or helping on various chores around the site. Some fans even jokingly called him the Viking, a nickname reflecting his ruggedness, strength, and helpful attitude, a professional arborist and woodsman who seemed right at home in the French countryside. Over time, his warm and natural on-screen presence turned him from a background figure into someone many viewers felt they knew personally. Even committed viewers start to notice patterns. In late 2025, many longtime fans remarked that Nick was no longer appearing in new videos. At first, it was a slow realization: a missing face in woods scenes, silent voiceovers where he once chimed in, but nothing was said publicly right away. This absence sparked questions in comments and fan forums. Some guessed he was taking a short break, others thought he might be doing solo projects. But because Escape to Rural France had always felt unscripted and authentic, his absence felt significant. Several viewers said things like, "Where's Nick?" and "I miss him, is he okay?" as autumn turned into winter and still, no explanation came. Then, on December 21, 2025, Dan Preston addressed the audience directly in a video update. This was the first time the channel acknowledged the mounting questions about Nick's absence. Dan explained that Nick was dealing with personal issues and that out of respect for Nick's privacy, details wouldn't be shared. He emphasized they were doing everything they could to support him, and softly expressed hope that Nick might return one day, but the explanation was very limited, and that was on purpose. Instead of encouraging speculation, Dan's approach was to protect his friend's dignity and personal life. Unlike sensationalized content that teases spoilers or drama, this update was calm, respectful, and human. After that December 21 update, Nick did not reappear in new videos. Days turned into weeks, and viewers began wondering whether something more serious was happening. Online threads bubbled with concern, and although the community respected Dan's decision to keep details private, curiosity mixed with worry. After all, Nick had been part of this story for years. People had grown accustomed to seeing him at the site, working the land and lending his energy to the channel's growth, but changed circumstances don't always come with explanations, especially when someone values their privacy and personal life. Then, on January 25, 2026, Dan posted another video, this time with a much heavier update. In that video, Dan confirmed something that many longtime followers had feared: Nick had passed away recently. While this announcement did not provide specific details about the cause of death, timing, or personal circumstances, the delivery was solemn, respectful, and focused on honoring Nick's memory. Dan did not speculate or share extra details, and that was deliberate. According to Dan, preserving Nick's privacy and dignity was a priority. Instead of journalism, narration, or guesswork, Dan chose simplicity. "We lost a friend. We loved him. We're grateful for his time with us." Online communities reacted with shock and sorrow. Many fans on Reddit, comment sections, and forums shared heartfelt remembrances. One fan post read, "Nick was passionate, kind, and talented. His enthusiasm and knowledge touched us all. He didn't just leave his mark on Lalande and Chaumont, but on everyone he met along the way." Messages described him as someone who brought joy and connection to the channel, someone who felt like a friend, even to viewers who had never met him. Others simply expressed grief: "I've watched him for years. I'm so sad." Some recalled earlier mentions of health challenges, suggesting he may have been dealing with illness privately before stepping back. But here's a key point: there is no verified public information confirming a specific medical condition or cause of death. While some people shared speculation, including assumptions about illness returning, these are personal posts, not official confirmations. The only official statements came from Dan. Honoring Nick and asking for respect. Part 7, Respecting Privacy Limits, 16 to 1800 hours, film projector soft background countryside or sunset shots, narrator. This situation also raises a bigger point about social media and personal boundaries. When you follow someone on YouTube, it's easy to feel like you know them. You see their smiles, their tears, their work. But behind every video, there's a real person with a private life, family, worries, and struggles we may never see on camera. While many viewers wanted answers, why he was gone, what happened medically, or how his final days unfolded, Dan's choice to share only the core truth was rooted in dignity, respect, and care for Nick's loved ones. In an era of speculation and clickbait, that restraint speaks volumes about how much he valued his friend. Nick's legacy on Escape to Rural France isn't just about what he did with his hands, it's about how he made people feel. Whether it was guiding Dan through wooded areas, helping with heavy lifting, or simply being present in the background, many viewers said his quiet competence and calm presence made the videos feel genuine, not staged. Some fans started calling him the arborist, because of how often he helped with trees and woodland work. A few months before his passing, he even had his own short YouTube video that gave viewers a closer look at his interests and skills, a rare glimpse beyond the main channel. That variety of memories, from the working man in the woods to the friend on screen, shows why so many people felt the loss deeply. Following the announcement, fans paid tribute in many ways. Some posted memories of favorite video moments. Others shared art, messages of love, or simply wrote thanks for the memories, Nick. Online communities gathered not to gossip, but to grieve and appreciate someone who had become part of their weekly routine. Others slowed down their routines, taking moments of silence, watching older videos again in tribute, or sharing kind words and comments. Some even pointed out that you can honor someone not by demanding details, but by remembering the good they brought into your life, the moments of curiosity, connection, and joy. What happened to Nick from Escape to Rural France is a reminder that behind every channel, every story, and every familiar face, there's a human story. While we may never know every private detail about his life, health, or final days, we do know this: he made a lasting impact, both on the people he worked with and the thousands who saw him over the years. We honor him not by speculation, but by remembering the kindness, connection, and quiet strength he shared. And to those watching at home, thank you for joining us with respect, empathy, and compassion. Thank you for watching. If you found this respectful explanation helpful, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. Leave a comment below with your favorite Nick moment, and let's celebrate a life that touched so many, even from afar. Fade out.